Hey guys, I'm Eddie Joe, and I'm currently behind the wheel of a 2018 Audi A6, the 3.0 liter turbo engine in this particular model. I was fortunate enough to be lent this car for a couple hours, so this is going to be an interior review and tour of the car, even though I'm going to go through everything that's included in this, $64,000 car approximately. Right here I have the sticker. And I'm going to quickly go through what are the options in this car so that you guys are familiar with what the packages are, etc., that are included in this model that I'm going to be showing you here today. Starting off by looking at the sticker, this is, as I mentioned, the 3.0 liter V6 that has 340 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque. I'm not going to be test driving this car because I don't have time for all that, and I'm not an automotive journalist in that regard. But it has the 8-speed transmission, but you know, all these standard things that come with the car, all the standard safety and convenience stuff, warranty, etc. But these are the things that come with the 3.0 liter car that's base price is around $56,500. So this one in particular comes in ibis white with a black interior. It also has a competition package, which includes the 20-inch tires, which are very, very nice. It also has the sports suspension, the red brake calipers. It has the badging, which is cosmetic. It also has the high gloss black exterior package as well as the mirror housings. It also has this flat bottom steering wheel, which I'm currently holding in my hand right now. Well, which I'm currently sitting in front of, and I enjoy this quite a bit. It's a very, very nice steering wheel. I like the flat bottom, and it's a good leather material. I do like this quite a bit. And there's my Subaru, by the way. Moving on here, it has the S Sport seats with diamond stitching, and man, these are really, really nice. I really like this diamond stitching in any type of car. I mean, I don't feel it on my back, but just to look at it, I think it gives a sense of presence that other types of leather seatings do not provide. So continuing on, it has the special leather interior. It has the brushed aluminum, or aluminium, as I learned to say in Top Gear, which is this particular material that's right here. It's very nice. I do like it. It's also, as I fumble with the paper, located here, and it's also along the trimming of the door. It's probably some other areas, but I can't quite notice them right now. And it also has the black cloth headliner, which is up here. It's no big deal. That to me does not impress me, but then again, I don't touch it over my head. I'm not one of those guys who likes the suede up there. And then it has the 4-way power lumbar for a front passenger, because I think it comes standard for the driver. Now, in addition to that, this has the premium package, which is a $2,200 option, which has the mirror option there, the sensing, the illuminated aluminum door sills, the LED. I can't show you any of that stuff because it's daytime right now. The LED headlights, and it also has the Bose surround sound speaker system, which, this open door is right there. And then it has all the little add-ons here, that including the USB cable, that costs $110, which is ridiculous, and it cracks me up whenever they include it. But nonetheless, let's start going through this in a systematic fashion, where, you know, if you watch any of my reviews before, I basically start on one side of the car and I continue to the other side of the car. They're not necessarily the most entertaining videos, but I hope that they're informative, and if you are, you know, considering purchasing one of these cars, well, hopefully this review is going to answer some questions for you, and if you learn absolutely anything, please give me a thumbs up and like the video, as it helps my channel grow. And I look forward to obtaining more cars in the near future so I could shoot more of these videos, because I honestly enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So let's start off with the interior quality and materials. I'm going to start off with the driver's side door, move across, passenger door, excuse me. And then I'm going to go through all the buttons and push all the buttons. That's why this is not necessarily the most entertaining review, but hopefully you're going to gain something from it with regards to obtaining information. So, starting off with the front door. Let me just reach over here. This material right here is plastic. It's hard plastic. It's not necessarily like the hardest plastic you can find. It's not like what you would find in inside of a Silverado or something like that, but it isn't necessarily the softest plastic. Then, in addition to that, you have this suede right here. I don't know if it's suede, if it's Alcantara. You guys could argue about it, but, you know, it's just soft. It feels nice. But I wonder how the wear is going to be on this I wonder how the wear is going to be on this on a long enough timeline. This is a softer touch material than what they're using right here, and that's more appropriate, as you are going to actually rest your arm here. You do have a couple buttons here for the child locks, and then to bring the windows auto up and auto down in this one touch, as my hand is in the way. Right here you have the functions for the mirrors, lock and unlock, and then the settings for the seats is if you want to do the memory seat option. Okay, so you also have a storage cubby right here. I don't see that you can stick, well, you can probably stick like a bottle in here, I'm not 100% sure. And then you have your latch for the trunk right here. Moving along the trim of the actual dash, it has a very nice line over here. This is soft touch, high quality material right here. This particular part right here, plastic, is the typical Audi plastic that you expect. This is brushed aluminum, whatever, which is nice. And then here you have the same type of material that you have over here, which is not necessarily a soft touch plastic, but it's not the hardest one, it's not the cheapest one. It's actually quite nice. Moving along the top, let me actually see if I can close the screen here. I think this button might do it. Yep, and that's how the closing mechanism works. I'd hate to see how much that costs when it breaks, because inevitably it will break. But this particular plastic over here is the same one that is around right here, and this looks like it will scratch easily. Fortunately, there aren't too many buttons here which one would press. I guess this is for the auto start stop and for the detection of objects around you with the sensors and your traction control. So since I guess you don't press these buttons too much, I don't have too much of a concern that this is actually going to scratch up. By the way, just to cut in, this is where you put your SD cards and your SIM cards, and you click on that little button there, and this is just like flimsy little plastic, which it is what it is. Moving along over here, this is also the aluminum with the softer touch plastic. This is a little bit harder. This is actually harder plastic than what I mentioned is up here. On the passenger side, you still get the suede or Alcantara. Once again, you guys could argue about it. And then this is soft touch plastic over here, and then this is hard cheap stuff over here, which is fine because you're going to be scuffing it up with your shoes. Hopefully not you, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so that's basically the whole layout of the cabin. Glove box over here before I forget, which is a glove box. It has a place for storage over here, and yeah, that's that right there. Okay, so moving on. Let's come over here to this side, and here's where you have your different functions for your lights. And I think that this little knob right here would be to adjust this, but it's not actually working right now. I guess it's because it's daytime. The car recognizes that it's daytime, but this little button pops out like so. And you have your control for your vent over here. It's not one of these sophisticated vents like you find in the Mercedes, but it is functional, it works well. And let's talk a little bit about the steering wheel. So I really like the quality of the leather on the steering wheel. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. I do like the flat bottom. Here it says S-Line because, you know, I showed you the S-Line package. But it has a perforated leather here. I don't know if it's heated or cooled. So let me quickly find that out. Okay, doesn't say. So going through these buttons, this particular button here controls different functions. Up here, navigation, your phone, your radio, etc. This particular scrolling button here, which feels nice, is to go ahead and say, for example, I'm on the XM radio right here. I'm scrolling up and down on that button, and it's very quick, responsive. I like it. And then this other button that's here right next to it, as we push on it, could help you bring up even more menus. Okay. Let me turn this off before I get a copyright ding. All right. So once again, come back over here, and let's say I want to switch over to the phone. The phone is active, and let's say I want to go here, so I could change vehicle functions, onboard computer efficiency. Basically, adjust a couple functions here. And the other thing that has this button, not only does it scroll, but you could also go ahead and select things on it. So yeah, those are those buttons that are located right there. Then, for example, on this side you have your Bluetooth setting. I don't know what this button does, so let's select it. Oh, this is for voice guidance. Can't speak. And then this is a function I really like, is to be able to bring up and down the volume on your radio system, just right here. And then I guess this is for a more sophisticated type of navigation system. Okay, so those are the buttons that are on the actual steering wheel themselves. One of the things I always forget to mention is that this particular steering wheel here has. Do you hear that sound? It's rather terrible. So it has telescoping steering wheel, and then you could also push it up and down. It's a funny sound to this. I don't know. It doesn't sound very robust. It has paddles here for those of you who are interested in paddle shifting these cars. I particularly don't find any pleasure in paddle shifters, but that's my particular opinion. You have your turning signal stalks over here on this side. Then you also have, I guess, for your cruise control is right here. And then on the other side, your wiper functions, as I come over here, is over here on this side. And basically the materials that this is made out of is standard materials that you would find in any car. Not anything premium in particular, but it's not necessarily supposed to be like that. And what I mean by that is, this is fine. This is good. It gets the job done. I'm okay with it. Moving over here to the actual center stack, which I'm going to go through a little thoroughly, but you will find that there's a button right here to bring up and down the actual screen. And the back of the camera is actually showing right now. And let's see what this button does. Oh, this button just reset the miles over here. So continuing down, hazard light. Just little toggles here. These feel nice. Just standard. I mean, nothing special, but at the end of the day, it doesn't need to be. You have your Audi multimedia. I don't even know if a CD fits in here. I figure the answer is going to be yes, but I don't have a CD to figure that out. You have your automatic start-stop, your parking sensors, as I mentioned, your traction controls here. Your air conditioning is little knobs over here for your dual climate control, and it feels nice. There's a little click to it. I like it. And then you have all your different standard settings for your air conditioning. So all that is good. Here you have a little cubby for storage, not a cup holder, but you can still stick things in there. You have your electronic parking brake, that's right here, which, this is the day and age where we're getting to that. You have your shifter. Your shifter is this perforated leather with some aluminum. It's perforated on the other side too. Feels quite nice. I like it. Your engine start-stop button is here. Let me see if I can create a way to see that. There it is. You also have this little knob that comes on Audis to bring up and down the volume, which I actually like this a lot. So you have a couple different places where you can bring up and down the volume. Here's one of them, and as I mentioned, you could also do it here on the steering wheel. This particular screen, just to mention, is not touchscreen. Some people may like that. I'm okay with that because I find that it's pretty simple to navigate through the menus just using the buttons. Then you have your other buttons that are down here. These particular buttons are for like radio presets. So let's see if we could get over to, let's click here on menu. And then it's going to show us this particular menu. And then you have your radio presets. You see like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are there. You also have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as is listed here. I put down the volume again. If you want to go to navigation, just click here for navigation and you got it. If you want to go to telephone, click there and your telephone goes. I figure if you own this car for a little while, you'll be able to navigate through this relatively easily. Your actual menu button here, and I'm going to go through all this in a little bit more detail. Click on that. Let's see what car says. Boom, car, and this gives you the driver select. And so you have your individual, dynamic, auto, and comfort systems. And then anytime you want to go back, you just click back. If you want to go to the radio, click on radio. And you have your different Sirius XM settings. And if you want to go to other media, you just click on media and your Bluetooth little guy is going to show up over there. And you can go ahead and select that and configure that to your liking. So let's go back over here to menu and let's see what these buttons do. Well, to scroll around the menu, you hear the little click. It's very satisfying. I like the way that this sounds. And you go ahead and select through, and say for example you want to go to car and you want to select it, you can push down and it functions that way. You could actually hear the click. I like that a lot. So you go to dynamic mode, for example, and just click down and select it. Then you have these 4 buttons here, which basically trigger these 4 corners that are up here, up here, up here. So let's go select this one, and then it goes to car systems. That's listed right there. You go ahead and adjust these. Now, for example, let's say you want to go to the owner's manual that is top here on the right. You will select this button that's right there, top right, and it'll open up the owner's manual. However, this car does not have it, so let's not go ahead and update that right now. Okay, let's just do it. I'm going to go through all these menus a little bit more thoroughly in a separate video, so click on that one if you want to learn more, because otherwise this video will last about 55 minutes or so. And we don't want to bore the crap out of everybody. Continuing on, this particular material that's here is not necessarily the softest touch. It is the same material that's up here. At least to me it feels that way. It's certainly not the same material that's right here. But click right here, and you have cup holders. Here's a key to my Subi. Here's a key that comes with this car, which is a nice weighted key. I do like it a bit. You know, it has the material that's here. Anyway, go ahead and close here. Let me not destroy the car. And then this particular armrest is soft touch. It's actually leather wrapped. And then you have a couple functions. You could open it up with this little tab that's right here, and you have a little cubby there that you can stick your phone or whatnot in. And then over here you have your other deeper storage, which is not too deep. I mean, this is the standard garage clicker, and you can see that. Alright, I had a brief little interruption there, but let's continue. This is the cable that is $110 per Audi, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever, they got to make their money somewhere. You can buy that on Amazon for about 45 cents or something. But yeah, that's basically all the little buttons in here and all the textures that are in the interior. Oh, I always forget this part too. So this one has, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. This one has the system up here, which has the garage link. It has a couple of little speakers or microphones in here. It also has for your lights. Also more light functions here. You can press. And then these are little microphones. Don't try to push them in because bad stuff will happen. And then you have a little there for your sunglasses if you're so inclined to stick sunglasses in there. I mean, well, you guys all know my pair of Oakleys that I use. Can't say that they fit in here. And then this car comes with the sunroof. It's pretty standard. It doesn't have like the fancy panoramic roofs or anything like that. It has up here grab handles or OS bars. Can't say bad words on YouTube anymore. And that's pretty much the interior from this side of things. So let's go move back to the back. Alright, so now I'm sitting in the back, and this is me sitting behind myself when I'm, well, for those of you who don't know, I'm 5'11", weigh about 175 pounds, and this is how much legroom I have, which is sufficient. The back of these seats are leather wrapped. It feels quite nice. This is standard. Every car has plastic, including Porsche. Well, I guess that's Volkswagen Automotive Group, so it would be the same. Has little AC vents over here, which is very nice for a car like this. It also has the aluminum trim here. It has lock and unlock. It has a little speaker here. It has a little ashtray, so to speak. I don't know what you would stick in there, but you would stick something in there. Little speaker right here. Net right here. It's also nice that this has climate control for the back seats, where you could adjust your temperature and all that. Your fan, where you're getting your actual air from. A couple dead buttons over here, which is fine. And yeah, you can adjust all this stuff back here. It's actually not a bad place to be. Oh, this is a good little touch. I mean, I'm not around too many luxury cars, but it has little lights here for the people who are in the back. Let's see if this armrest comes down, which it does. And let's see if it opens up. Wow, this is actually kind of nice. Has a little cubby area. This part doesn't open. I figure that's because there's probably cup holders here. Boom, look at that. Cup holders for the people who are in the back. Let's close right there. And let's close this right here. This material is not as nice as the material that's right here. This is more like a plastic type of material than a leather wrap material. And then you have storage space back here so you can run things through. Let's go ahead and close this up. And yeah, the back seat's a nice place to be. I won't say it's a bad place to be at all. I mean, I have sufficient headroom. I'm sitting completely erect, and I have plenty of headroom back here. So now I'm on the outside of the car. There's a little tab over here, and you see it's fold down. And I guess it's a 60-40 type split. Yep. And it's pretty easy to bring this up and down. So that concludes my interior review and tour of the 2018 Audi A6 with the 3.0 liter turbo that has the Premium Plus package, and it also has the S-Line trim on it. Really nice car. Now you know what it is. If you learned anything whatsoever from this video, please give me a thumbs up and like it. And yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Hopefully you learned something. Bye.